Hi guys, it's Celeste. I don't even know. This video is gonna be like a rant, but I don't even know about what. I mean, I do, but like, there's not even like a category I can fit everything around because everything in my life deserves to be a part of the rant. Like, what doesn't? Like, what category doesn't? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the plan. I don't know the plan. Wow. You just caught me in like 3D. I'm using Aquifer as chapstick because I don't know where I put my chapstick. Believe me, I have no idea. Like, I'm looking around my room like, I'm just lucky you can't see like a 360 view of my room right now. I don't know. Yeah. There's just like empty water bottles, clothes everywhere, just random stuff everywhere. Everywhere. And you wouldn't believe it. You actually would be shocked. Like, if you think it's bad, imagine it worse. Like, whatever you think is bad, imagine it worse. Whatever you think is like so bad that you can't believe it's that bad, imagine that it's worse. Like, yeah. I don't know, dude. I do not know. I don't know. I would clean my room, but I swear I don't have the attention span for it. Anytime. It's weird because it's like, maybe I just have undiagnosed ADHD. Maybe I just have undiagnosed a lot of things. Maybe that's the problem. Or one of the many, many problems. One of the 50,000 problems, okay? One of the 50,000 problems. I have no idea. I have no idea. To start with the rant though, the rant portion of the video. I mean, the whole video is probably gonna be a rant. I don't know. Anyway, today, we'll start with today, okay? Before we go into the rest of my absolute existence, okay? Today, you wanna know what happened today? So, my back, like, was like really hurting me today. Like my lower back specifically. The problem with me though is that I take everything as like I make everything like about my own intelligence or about like the value of like my soul instead of like, maybe I'm just a human. Maybe my lower back is just hurting today. Like, I don't take it there. I'm like, no, like, I'm not smart enough to like stop that immediately. Like, I'm not like strong enough and smart enough to like immediately stop it. I just want to be able to manifest instantly, and that's just like not happening in my reality. So instead of being like, okay, that's just not where I'm currently at, I take that to like mentally that's like extremely embarrassing. So so I don't want to be like found out that like that I have like any type of like physical pain or anything ever, because that's like the most embarrassing thing that could happen, right? Like, in my mind. Not that I look at other people who are like in physical pain and think, oh, wow, they should be so embarrassed. Like, I never think of it that way. But obviously when it's myself, I'm like, I can't believe like everyone's gonna find out. That's so embarrassing. Like, I'm just gonna put, this is like a leave-in conditioner, like hair repair cream is what it says. I don't know, it just smells really good. It just smells really good, and it allows me to obviously brush my hair more easily. I just showered, so it's literally like, again, literally even having like hair that's like tangled in the moment, to me, the most embarrassing thing. Like, I like don't want you to find out. It's like the absolute most embarrassing thing. I'm like, what am I gonna do? The most embarrassing thing. The absolute, like, you know, the fact you're witnessing this right now, so embarrassing. Like, for no reason. I don't even know why. Okay. yeah, anyway, so I got to work at 11 in the morning. 11 in the morning, okay? Chick-fil-A. You know what? By like noon, I just knew. I was like, you know, my lower back was like already hurting. I was like, it's not gonna be fine. Like, I had to work till 8 p.m., which you would think, okay, that's kind of normal. No, it's not, apparently. Could not, you know? So by like noon, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make it as long as I can and not tell anyone, because that's like the most embarrassing thing. So I was like, by noon, I already knew like this is not gonna be good. I should immediately like leave. But I tell myself, no, I'm gonna make it till 8. I'm gonna be fine, right? I'm going to be fine. Then, you know, and it's like sharp pain. It's like, you know, it's like if I like breathe, or if I like move the wrong way, or if I think about the wrong thing, or if the person next to me talks about the wrong thing, and I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. The conversation topic, so important, but what am I gonna do? Interrupt somebody else's conversation and say, don't talk about that, talk about anything else, because you're physically hurting me with your conversation. Dude, nobody's gonna believe me. No, it's real and nobody's gonna believe me. And that is like my life, you know? That's my life. Okay. So, you know, I'm just like so magical, but apparently in a bad way. Apparently in a bad way. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, where do I even go next in the story? Okay. So, you wanna know what happened? By like 1, okay, 1 p.m., one of the supervisors, because I was like in the back of the house, so I was just doing fries like the whole time. Why did they have me on fries the whole day, or most of the day? Actually, I don't know. They were not really supposed to, but like, I wasn't gonna say anything because I was too busy trying to pretend I was not like in so much pain, right? So that's where I was at. By like 1 p.m., the supervisor's like, oh yeah, like since you're working till 8, I'm gonna try to make sure like your break can be later in the day, so you don't have to take a break like too early. So in my mind I was like, maybe I should say something, like maybe I should be like, no, I actually want to take a break like sooner, and then just like mentally try to like force myself to like heal physically like during my 30-minute break, you know, because I still think like mentally like I'm like so close, I'm like almost there. I just, you know, and of course like I see it as like, in the moment I see it as like everyone can do that, everyone can like physically heal themselves mentally like instantly, and I'm the only one who can't do it, and that's why it has to be like an intelligence thing, right? Even though obviously that's not true, and it's like I know that that's obviously not true, but at the same time it's like I won't accept that that's like not true. You know, so I don't know, I just got bored. So, what was I gonna say? So, like, I was like, okay, like, that's fine. I ended up just saying, like, that's fine, like, I'll take my break later on, because I was thinking, like, if I could split up the day to where if I took a break at, like, 4 or 3 or something, then I would have like less time to try to survive till the end of the day for, you know? Anyway. This is like less story in the moment and like more me brushing my hair. But yeah, basically, I just continue to pretend that I'm fine. Even after my break, I just come back, pretend that it's fine, and then at like 5, okay? Like I basically made it to like 5. And then I mentioned to somebody like that my back was like hurting. But of course at this point it was like severely worse, like it kind of gets worse, like as I like don't tell anyone. But how am I gonna tell anyone, because it's like the most embarrassing thing in the world. You're not gonna walk up and tell somebody the most embarrassing thing in the world, even if it's like something that physically is like affecting you, right? You're still gonna be like pretending that it's not part of your reality, in my opinion. I don't know, apparently. I don't know, maybe people are different, right? I don't know. I don't know, people are different. So, I just like pretend that it's fine. Well, not really. Like I told them my back hurt, but they were like, I think you're fine. So I was like, okay, I'm probably fine. I mean, they gave me like, whatever it's called, like Advil or something. But so like they gave me like 2, but like I accidentally dropped one on the ground. So I just like left it there and I only took 1. So I was like, you know what? I don't need this. Like, I'm fine. Like, I don't know. So like, it's not like they didn't try to do something, right? They were like, you can have this, but you can't leave, but you can have this, you know? So then at that point I was kind of like, just so you know, if you end up not meeting me, like just let me know. Like I wouldn't mind getting out of here because my back is actually like hurting again. And they were like, okay, we'll let the other shift leader know or whatever. Nothing happens. Okay, but they tell me who those like 2 shift leaders are. Then they decide to move me to doing like buns, like just toasting buns, dude. Just toasting buns. Obviously at that point my back is like hurting like severely, to the point where the entire day since like noon it was already so bad that I was like, I can't believe that I'm like physically alive, and I can't believe that I'm like physically standing, because it seriously hurts. So it just progressively got worse starting at that point. That's like how it started, okay? That was how bad it like started at, and only got worse, right? But of course I am such a like, I don't show any like signs of weakness, basically, to the point where they would not believe me. So it's like people don't take it seriously, because again, it's the most embarrassing thing in the world in my mind, for me, to have any form of like physical anything, like, you know, like that's because it's like the most embarrassing thing in my mind. Showing any sign of weakness is going to be just as embarrassing, you know. So then it makes it look like I'm faking it, or I think that they think that I look like I'm faking it, and that they're never gonna believe me. Because like as a child I saw so many people like not be believed when they were actually like sick, or had like a headache, or had any like physical ailment. I saw so many people like not be believed, but be like honest about it, and still not be believed. So then in my mind I'm like, everybody thinks that everybody is faking every physical ailment, and having any physical ailment is not only real, but the most embarrassing thing ever, and something that nobody on the planet would ever believe, because it's so ridiculous that no one would ever believe it. So impossible that nobody would ever believe it. So impossible that, like, it's like the part that's like impossible is the fact that you could not be like immediately strong enough to like resolve it yourself mentally. So you know, that obviously leads to me wanting to hide what people are already not going to believe is real, and what's embarrassing, right? Like I don't know, if something about you is like extremely embarrassing, but also nobody you have ever met you believe would like believe you, right? You'd be like, not only do I not want to be believed about, or not only do I not want to not be believed about something that's true, but if it's also embarrassing, then I'm not gonna be like, hey, my back is hurting. And that would be like what's embarrassing. Like, clearly my mind does not go to the right place with anything. Like, on the first try, on the second try, on the third try, on the fourth try, on the fifth try, on the 20th try, on the 100th try, my brain is still going to the wrong place about everything. Completely. And it doesn't help that, like, I don't know how to drive a car, and I don't have a car, so, like, it doesn't help because it reinforces the idea that I'm just, like, stupid, right? Even though me not owning a car or not having a driver's license has nothing to do with, like, my intelligence, but I tell myself it does, even though I just, like, never, like, that's a whole other story that we'll get into. But you know what, dude, you want to know what? You don't want to know. Dude, oh my. Anyway, yeah, so to continue the story, I just felt like a horse there. I wanted to, like, exaggerate it more. It was so good. Yeah, I don't know, like, not only, oh yeah, to add to the story of me feeling like I'm already not going to be believed, there's also an added aspect where, like, I don't believe myself. No matter how bad the physical pain is, I still don't believe myself. The only, like, ailment that I think, or, like, not even about other people, but in my mind about myself, I feel like I only, like, deserve to, like, have the ailment of, like, stomach ache. Other than that, I think that, like, I'm just undeserving of it, right? Like, a headache, like, no, I should have been able to cure that myself. Like a backache, no, I should have been able to cure that myself. Like, even if my left arm, like, completely rots and falls off my body, no, I should have been able to, like, mentally figure that out myself. Like, I should have not ever needed to, like, address the greater issue there directly. I should have already been able to, like, mentally resolve that. And I don't know, like, the thing is, like, I never have a stomach ache. Like, I never get, like a fever or whatever causes stomach ache. So then I'm like, okay, what's the one thing that, like, I never get? How can I invalidate everything else so that then I'm not, like, allowed to have any ailment? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, by the time I finally tell people, guess what, they don't believe me, or it's not taken, like, seriously because, you know, I don't look like my back hurts when I'm standing like this, or when I'm buttering buns. All you do is you just, like, go like that. Like, you're holding the bun like this, right? You go, like, unbutter for, like, the top bun, then the bottom bun, you go like that, then you go like that and drop it in for, like, the bun toaster, drop it in, right? So, like, obviously I don't look like my back is, like, hurting me while I'm doing that, because I normally wouldn't look like that. Meanwhile, in my brain, I feel like I'm dying. Like, I was in so much pain. I was, like, am I alive right now? Like, like, did I die and like my ghost is just like perceiving the rest of this? Like, I would fully believe that. Like, I would fully believe that. I wouldn't think that's fake. Like, I would be the first person to be like, that's probably true. It's probably true. Honestly, if you told me that right now, that like, you know, it's probably true. Anyway, I never found out why my back was like hurting. Never found out. I don't know, but when I was finally like, so can I leave? Like, I just said the words. I was like, can I leave? Like, let me address the elefante in the room. Can I leave? Can I leave? Can I leave? They were like, we'll think about it, but we actually have like a few people on breaks right now, and you have to stay until they come back. So during the like hour and a half that all those people are on break, even though the break's 30 minutes, right? Even though the break's 30 minutes a person, during the hour and a half of this time, I probably managed to toast and butter like 3 buns total. Like, I was literally in so much pain, and everyone knew. And everyone's like, can you toast buns faster? And I was like, at this point, you could literally ask somebody else to toast the buns. I'm worth sacrificing for buns, apparently. If you didn't know, if you wanted to know, if you were like, if suspicious of that, and you wanted to like know for sure, then yes. If you wanted to like have that confirmation, you know, yes. Apparently, yes. I could be completely sacrificed just for like 3 buns, you know. Apparently, you know. And so I was like, can I leave? Can I leave? Like, what's going on? They were like, toast the buns faster. I was like, why am I still here? You could just have somebody else do it. They were like, toast the buns faster. Toast the buns faster. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? At some point I was like, it's not like I didn't communicate. If you wanted the buns faster, somebody else could have toasted them faster. And they were like, you're right, toast the buns faster. And I'm like, what? Finally, those people who were on break come back. And you know how they had promised they would think about maybe considering letting me leave when all those people came back. So all those people came back an hour and a half later. Who fucking knows, right? Who fucking knows, dude? Who knows, right? The people come back. And I'm like, so do you guys think I could leave? They're like, we're thinking about it, but actually, no, you're going to be on fries now. Again. At that point, I was just, like, I just said to someone, like, I don't know why I still have to be here. Like, it was pretty obvious. I kind of made it, like, obvious with my tone that, like, I was probably gonna, like, walk out or something if I didn't just get to leave, because, like, what's going on? Like, at this point, it was, like, 6:30. Or, like, 6:45, like. So then, this guy was like, no, you can just go. Like, I'll actually just cover you on fries, you can leave. I was like, finally? Finally? For hours, I was standing here like, am I alive still? Like, am I just a ghost witnessing what once was? Like, have I died? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like, in all that time, I was in too much pain to toast more than 3 buns, you know? I don't know what you want from me. I said it's not like I didn't communicate. It's not like I didn't communicate. It's not like I haven't told you guys for hours and hours and hours. It's not like I haven't communicated. It's not like I told nobody. It's not like people in the room didn't know. And just say no, toast buns faster. Like, it's not like no one knew. It's not like no one knew. Oh yeah. As far as me not knowing how to drive a car or having a car, I feel like people are like, that's so easy, why do you not know how to do that? But it's weird, right? Because it's like, if you haven't been in my shoes, how can you say that it would be easy for me to then do that? Right? Like, I feel like that's kind of missing here. You can't say that it would be easy for me to do that. You can say it was easy for you. Right? Right. For years and years and years and years and years and years, I always felt like forced to do so many things in life that like I never wanted to do. I always felt like everything in my life was so severely against my will, to the point where I guess I started to feel like, why would I add some like societal expectation of like what I'm supposed to do? Like, why would I add that to like all of the things that I'm already like stuck doing? Like, I feel like the fact that I have to like work a normal job and like go clock in somewhere is severely against my will, to the point where it's extremely insulting. Like, I know people will be like, oh, that's weird to say. Like, no, it's severely insulting. It's severely insulting. What do you mean? Like, what society, what's wrong with you? Like, no, but actually, is that not slavery? Fake freedom is slavery. Fake freedom is slavery. Yeah, we technically get paid. We get paid money that we have to spend to like survive. That's the same thing as slavery. That's slavery. Slavery is like you work in exchange for staying alive. Modern society, you work in exchange, slightly indirectly, for staying alive. Right? Yeah, nobody's gonna like execute you on the spot, but it's almost the same thing, isn't it? Almost, right? Modern society is slavery. Modern society is slavery. So, I didn't want to, one of the 70,000 reasons why I didn't learn to drive is because I don't have a car to drive. Like, how would I do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have to literally save up money to buy a car. So I would have to allow a more severe portion of my work to be really slavery, because what, am I gonna enjoy having a car? No, I don't care about cars. Like, I'm not gonna enjoy having a car. I would be like, oh, like people would like me like 10% more because I have a car. Actually, no, I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna be like, fine, if you wouldn't like me if I didn't have a car, then I probably don't like you anyway. Like, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. If anything, I'd rather like see who the people are who would like treat me differently based on that. Like it doesn't do anything. I don't care. Like, okay, why, if I have to buy a car, that'd be like thousands of dollars, dude. If I'm gonna work at a job that's like, you know, my feet are falling asleep, that is how severely allergic to that conversation I am. Actually. Like, what? Am I gonna allow more of my life to be against my will? Like, probably not. Like, what? What? It doesn't make sense. Like, I get it if some people want to, like, literally work just to save their money, to spend it on a car. Dude. Really? Really? Is this life even real? There's no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that you will save money to buy a car and then they just drive it. Like, I don't believe in that. You know, not like I believe that it's wrong morally or something. Like, I don't believe that it exists. I don't know. Like, I actually have no idea, like, what is happening in this world. But if you're saving your money just to spend it on buying a car, oh yeah, by the way, that is my injury from work. Actually, not even kidding. Actually. But seriously though, there's no way that I'm the one missing something here. It's literally everybody. Like people save their money for months and months and months, if not years, just to buy a car. All they do is drive it. I guess, yeah, it makes their life more convenient, but is that not a waste? Like, I don't understand. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, how is it not slavery to spend that much money on something? Like, I don't understand. Like, because you had to work for how many hours just to buy this one item that's like a necessity in a way. Like, that's literally slavery. It's literally slavery. Like, what are we missing here? How do we not all know that that's literally slavery? Obviously I was gonna opt out. like obviously I would, anything like that. I'm going to completely opt out of that. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not gonna like intentionally do that to myself. And I guess like it would feel like just another thing to like, another thing that would be like against my will, because for so many years that I don't want to count them because it would be just depressing. At my mom's house, it was literally like a 2-bedroom house. It was a 2-bedroom house. It was like 6 people. It was 6 people in a 2-bedroom house. That was like barely any square feet, actually. Like probably like 600 square feet, dude. And I never felt like I was allowed to like leave or like go outside, and everyone was just inside all the time. So there was not a moment of time where I wasn't like, and when I say years and years, so many that I don't want to count them, I mean probably like 10 or more years, like enough years that like I would just be so depressed if I sat around and like counted the years of inconvenience in my life. Like I live in the present moment. You know? I could rant about anything. I could rant about so many things. I could rant about so many things. Because it all adds up too. And I've never even seen proof that I have like a high school diploma, but my mom says that I do. But like I still haven't seen proof of it. Like technically, like I'm still just like, sure, like your word is like so good, like so true probably, you know, like I'm still like hopefully that exists in the world, you know, like because I was homeschooled after I turned 15, so like, which is actually so young. That's so crazy, like 15, dude. No wonder I'm confused by everything in life. No wonder, like, no wonder, like, big surprise, you know. Yeah, so I'm also really mad that I lost my passport. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it went, like where it went. I literally ripped my room apart everywhere, searching for my passport, but it, you know, grew wings and flew away at some point when I wasn't looking, and I don't actually know what to do about that. I could just get another passport, but I'm never gonna need a passport anyway because my life is depressing. Like, I think I just liked having it, knowing that it existed, but like, because then it's almost like, I don't know, do you ever, here's another thing that's like really depressing. So depressing. This is gonna be like the most depressing video you guys have seen. Probably, like, ever, you know? Not ever. There's videos of like people and animals dying online or something, but you know what I'm saying, like it's just like a depressing video. I like when I was like between like I don't even know at what point, probably from like 13 to like 15, I remember telling myself everything else in my life can be like completely awful. Like every single thing can go wrong. And the only thing that I'm gonna like care to like mentally or emotionally invest in was like my Instagram feed of like my posts. I was like, that's the only thing that has to be like good. Everything else in my life can go to shit completely. Like everything can fall apart, everything bad can happen. As long as I have that one thing, then like I'm fine. Like I was like, as long as I have that one thing, then like I can say that like I still like had a good life or like a decent life, because I had no expectations for anything else. I was like, that's the one thing I can control, so I'm just gonna like make that like amazing. Everything else is gonna be awful anyway. Like no matter what, everything else is gonna be awful anyway. It's literally how I felt. So I genuinely feel like for years in my life, that was like the only thing I liked about myself, the only thing that I even cared to put effort towards, because I knew that everything else was going to be the absolute worst possible way, to the point where everything would just like come out of left field and be like a million times more awful than I could ever expect. So it was almost like I put like all of my like love and like survival energy into like having a good like Instagram feed, and that was how I was gonna like stay alive. Like my whole life or something was like my plan. Like I'm not kidding. Like I was like, as long as that's like good, then that's all that matters. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of awful, like just depressing rant video of random stuff. I love you guys. Bye.